Welcome back to the Lost Journeys. It is day 47, November 7th. Saeed has built a shelter for Shannon. He goes out to get some water. Walt is here. Speaking backwards, he says they are coming and they are close. I'll talk more about Walt at the end of the episode when he appears again, as well as analyzing more of the whispers, since we get some juicy stuff in this episode.
Anna, it's gotta be over an hour. Shouldn't we start moving again?
On the other side of the island, Anna's group have stopped for a rest. In the previous episode we had Jin, Michael and Echo in the jungle. They've now hiked back to the Arrow and then followed the beaches downwards. They move at a quick pace. Echo, Jin and Michael catch up to them.
You okay?
Yes, but we have to go. I saw them.
They keep on going. They're still quite close to the temple, but also not too far from the barracks. They will have to be on this side on the mountain, so they won't spot the submarine dock, since you know it has electricity. And then down here, they'll cross a river at some point. You know, since there is a river to the boathouse here.
You still in the rec room, right?
No, I moved him to the boathouse.
But there is likely a bridge here that we never saw, one built by Dharma. It is still nighttime, so they won't see the ruins either. This is the ruins we'll see in the Season 3's The Brig. They'll pass the smoke signal site. It is probably too dark or too foggy to see Hydro Island. They are now walking up here. It is morning. I know they try to hike the beaches, but since they're still in the jungle, I think they've been forced inland by some big hills and mountains. And by going up here on the eastern coast, they might be able to spot the beach down here and the curvature down here. And now we have a fun blooper. By going inland prevents them from seeing Hydra Island, which is visible right here.
How much further to their camp?
Which has a similar shape as Hydra Island later in the series, so I am not calling it a blooper, like I did in The Moth. After they've passed this area, they will walk down to the beach and come to this opening. This is where the gorge is, the one formed by volcanic flows. You can hear me talk about this in the episode on numbers.
I've made sure that the locations near the crater have all been affected by the volcanic flow on the island. I think that what we see here is a lava plateau.
This area will be seen later again when Fake Locke is leading everyone to see Jacob. Our heroes pass this beach, not noticing the cable on the beach. This is all off screen because by the time we get back to the Tailies with Michael, Jin and Sawyer, they have all arrived here at the lava rock area. So let's speed things up a little bit. We'll see this location several times in the show, as well as the Coco Head crater in the background. They stop for 5 minutes. Echo says they have to cut inland. There's some CGI jungle here, near the crater. The angle is a bit wrong, but we'll work with it. The group is now at Calvin's death site. The body isn't there. Like I mentioned in the episode Orientation, Desmond either buried Calvin, or the body was taken by wildlife, or the waves. Desmond's boat, the Elizabeth, is not here, since Desmond has already left. Fun coincidence that Libby is here, since the boat was named after her. The next time the boat is seen, she won't be able to spot it either, since she will be dead. Anyway, these massive rock walls are not possible to cross, not with Sawyer. So the group have to move inland. Hurley is on the beach, and so is Locke, meaning that Jack and Kate are now on shifts at the Swan. Jack and Kate are not seen on the island in this episode, so they're pushing the button. Cool that the show is consistent about that. Locke comes to Claire. He teaches her swaddling before he has to go back to the hatch, presumably to take over the shift of Jack or Kate. If this is still early in the morning, he'll be gone for like 6 hours and then meet Charlie to play some backgammon on the beach later in the day. There is an off-screen scene that has to be somewhere at this point in time. Someone will have to show Sun the entrance to the Swan Station, maybe Hurley. I don't know why Sun would go there, maybe out of curiosity or just a medical question. I'm mentioning this because she'll know about the doors to the Swan Station in the episode Collision. Shannon uses Walt's clothing to find him. Vincent leads her into the jungle and then back at the beach. Saeed talks to her and then she runs off into the jungle again with the dog, back to the other group. They have now entered the jungle. Sawyer collapses. Echo and Bernard go out to find stuff to build a stretcher with. They now arrive at the steep hill. There's some streams here. They might lead to the heart of the island and the waterfall. Sawyer says later in the season that this is less than a mile from their camp. Those distances. I guess, I still place the location here due to the proximity to the golf course valley, and camp that could be the caves or the old camp or this camp. At this point, someone from the others steadily sneaks in and grabs Cindy. My theory is that it is the twins from the boat that do this. I'll come back to this in a moment. They could even just be standing still on the lower end of this steep hill, waiting for the Tailies to go away. The whispering starts.
What the hell is that?
The last forum, the fuselage, were one of many that were up in arms with the Whisperers, especially after hearing the writers commenting that they do indeed put clues and Easter eggs in the audio of the Whisperers and encouraging fans to filter them through audio programs. Some Lost fans thought way deep into this, thinking it was part of the parapsychology station of the Dharma Initiative, or an electronic voice phenomena that the others were projecting, or tied to the smoke monster. However, a popular theory as early as of now has been that it was directly tied to memories and or energy from those that have died on the island. Their connection to the others might have been rewritten over time. By this time in the show, the others might have had direct communication with the Whisperers, maybe even control of them, but this story thread might have been reworked towards the end of the show. The answer of the Whisperers that we got in season 6 have both gotten positive and negative feedback from the fans. Anyway, this episode gave us a lot of clues. Here they say the name of Sawyer and Anna, and even Shannon, which means that the Whisperers know that she is nearby. Someone is saying, I'm in someone's dream. Someone mentions the Black Rock, might be the same one that mentioned it when Walt was around in the season 2 premiere. Someone even says, bring the boy. Maybe the souls that can't move on have a telepathic connection with Walt, his powers being unstable, but him sensing that he can project an image towards Shannon again. The Whisperers probably go to and from this place here. Shannon, Saeed and Vincent are close by. It starts to rain. Walt appears. We get more Whisperers. Someone says that she likes the guy. Someone is speaking German. Someone mentions the brothers that help us. My theory is that some of the Whisperers mention the twin brothers, the guys that took Walt from the raft, and they have helped them, and they have taken Cindy. Another Whisperer comes by, and this is where it gets fascinating. We hear dying sucks and hi sis, and when we revisit this scene in the next episode, we hear additional lines like Shannon, meet me on the other side, and I want to see Shannon. This is all pretty clear to me that Boone is a Whisperer, a soul that is unable to move on, yet Walt appears and then disappears. He could have been in room 23 both times he has appeared in this episode. Shannon is shot. She is dead. Saeed is pissed. There was some debate in the fan community whether or not Lucia really shot Shannon based on the way she's standing here. But that's how detailed all Lost fans view the show. It was a crazy time. See you guys next week.